Hey, hello everyone. Thank you for being here today. My name is Verena. I'm a representative of Munich Business School, and today I'm here to talk about Germany, education in Germany, as well as job opportunities and business in Germany in connection with our study programs. So at the end, I would like to finish the introduction with our study programs at Munich Business School a little bit. Today, I am in this building that you see on the slide right now. It is Munich Business School, and it's located centrally in Munich, easily accessible, and it's one of the best business schools in Germany. So here, this is me, so you get an impression who is talking to you today. As I said, my name is Verena. Please feel free also to reach out to me after the webinar if you have any questions or doubts in regards to the whole presentation, of course. So here is once again the overview that I would like to go over with you today. Germany, a short introduction. Many of you are probably already familiar with it. Then I follow with the education in Germany, business in Germany, and job opportunities in Germany. So you get the broader picture and also what our study programs can be beneficial for you. So here I brought a little map. Germany is located, as you all know, probably in northern central Europe. It covers an area of 356,000 square kilometers, and it has many neighboring countries. So it's strategically very well set in the middle of Europe. We have 9 neighboring countries, which are Austria, as well as Belgium, the Czech Republic, then of course Denmark up in the north, France, Luxembourg, the Netherlands, Poland, and as well Switzerland. So from its setting here and position, also the North Sea and Baltic Sea in the north, Germany has easy access to the Nordic countries as well as the UK. Germany's capital city is Berlin. It's located here. And it's also the country's largest city in terms of the area and one of the most influential centers in European politics and culture as well. The city and its surrounding areas has 4.5 million inhabitants as of now. And Berlin is also the second most populous city in the European Union. The whole of Germany has about 82 million people, and Germany is also the largest European economy and one of the largest economies in the world in real terms. Germany is also one of the world's top 3 exporters, and I will talk a little bit more about it later. Germany has also the largest domestic market within the European Union. As you all know, German is our official language. It includes variations, and it is spoken by millions of people in the other countries as well. So that's a fact that maybe not everyone is aware of. It's also spoken in Austria, Switzerland, and some parts of Belgium, Italy, Luxembourg, France, and some Eastern European countries as well, like Slovenia, Slovakia, Romania, and also Russia. It is the native tongue of more than 100 million people, in fact. Even outside of Europe, dialect German continues to be spoken in large immigrant communities like southern Brazil and also in South Africa, in Australia, and in the US. So as a matter of fact, German is one of the top 10 most spoken languages in the world. So it really makes sense maybe to learn German, and not only in Germany you can use it. And it's also, as a foreign language, the 3rd most taught worldwide. And it's also the 2nd most language used on the internet. So in addition to German that everybody speaks in Germany, many people also do speak English. So for more than 30 years already, nearly everyone in school has been taught at least one foreign language, and that will be primarily English. So many people in Germany do speak a decent English as well, and many people are even able to communicate in 2 other languages than their own. So most business people in Germany, they have a very good command of English. Nevertheless, it's very much recommended that if you stay in Germany and look for a job in Germany, that you also learn some German. So you can clearly see the importance in business life. In everyday life, you will be okay with only English. But in the business world, you can also need German. And for example, at Munich Business School, you can have German classes free of charge. So it's included in your tuition fees already for interested students. And just to sum it up, our currency is euro, and 1 euro equals more or less 80 Indian rupees. That will be more important later on the slides. And now if you look at Germany, we have Bundesländer, federal states, so it's divided into different states. We have, as of now, 16 states in Germany, and it's important when it comes to politics in Germany and the education system as well. So this is the case because Germany is a federation consisting of the 16 states. They all have their own constitutions, own governments and parliaments. So the states are primarily responsible for policing and for education and for the implementation of the federal policies. So this is important to know when it comes later on to the German education system. Our biggest cities in Germany are Berlin, then followed by Hamburg in the north, Munich, which is the third biggest city in Germany, Cologne, and Frankfurt. And Frankfurt, as fifth largest city in Germany, is also the financial center in mainland Europe. The European Central Bank is located there. The capital city of the federal state of Bavaria is Munich. And Munich and its surrounding areas are one of Europe's most dynamic business regions and amongst the leading international business hubs as well. So this means that the third largest city in Germany, Munich, München, is also very strong in employment. And this could be interesting for you, of course. Now that we have covered the basics about Germany, I would like to go on a little bit more into detail with the German education system. So the education system varies a little bit in Germany because of all the federal states I've mentioned before. It's compulsory for every child to go to school for a minimum of 9 years though. So the kindergarten is optional, then the elementary school from grade 1 to 4, it's mandatory. Children go there from the age of 6 or 7 years old. And then we have many different varieties of secondary schools. So we have the Hauptschule, vocational secondary school, grade 5 to 9. So this is the minimum that a child has to go through. And then they can go on to learn a profession, go to technical schools afterwards. Or children can go to the intermediate secondary school after the elementary school. Then they will go there from grade 5 to 10. And they can even go on to another specialized secondary school afterwards and get a subject-specific high school diploma, which entitles to higher studies in universities of applied sciences. So you have to have at least 12 years of schooling. And then there's also the orange box, the grammar school, gymnasium, where children study from grade 5 to 12 or 13. Before it was 13 years of education in Germany. So then the children finish with the high school diploma, which is called Abitur, which you need to enter a university and can also study at University of Applied Sciences. And here children often learn 2 or 3 different foreign languages, such as English and French, for example. Then in order to go to a university or University of Applied Sciences, they need the Abitur or Fachabitur, so they need a higher level of secondary school. And for higher qualified work in Germany, German companies also expect university degrees or degrees from a University of Applied Sciences. So here you can see the higher education system in Germany. Nowadays, most students pursue a bachelor degree as first degree, which will be between 3 years and 3.5 years in most times. Many students afterwards, they go on to a master's degree, which is 1.5 or 2 years in Germany. Some students take a gap year in between, they travel, or they also earn some work experience in between. Then most universities in Germany are state-owned, and as you know, they are free of charge or nearly free of charge, especially for undergraduate studies, that is. So only a small student fee per semester needs to be paid. But the study programs are mostly conducted in German. So you will need a C1 level, which is a pretty high level of language proficiency, to have the application being successful. For postgraduate studies, the education can either be free of charge, depending on the federal state, depending on the study program, and also on the institution, but also on the state level, tuition can be charged. So you have to have a close look if you look for your study program. It can be between 1,500 and 10,000 euros per term, per semester, especially for the MBA programs, for example. and many of those study programs are also conducted in German. So please have a look at the study programs that you're applying to. So in comparison to the state schools, the private universities and universities of applied sciences, they do charge tuition fees, but they may still be lower than those in the US or UK, for example. The benefits that you have, I'm talking for Munich Business School mainly, but also for other private schools, the study programs are probably fully conducted in English, so that's a big plus. You have small class sizes, so about 20 to 30 students only in one class. You have lecturers coming directly from the industry, so they bring the up-to-date knowledge to the classroom. It's a very hands-on, practical, relevant study program that you will pursue, which means that you as a graduate are already ready for the job market and did not only learn about the theory. And also more services can be offered, like Career Service Center, free language classes, a wide network of partner universities for exchange, orientation days for international students, and also the tie-ups with companies will be of special interest for you students. So when it comes to the business in Germany, you know that many of the German companies are known throughout the world, like Volkswagen, for example, which is the largest manufacturer of automobiles in Europe and one of the biggest companies in Germany as well, or maybe Adidas, which was founded by a German and is one of the most important makers of sportswear in Europe. But did you know that all of these giants, the well-known giants, only make up less than 1% of the companies in the German-speaking business world? That might be surprising. And I will tell you why that is the case. Most German companies are small to medium-sized concerns, known in German under the expression Mittelstand. There is no direct translation for it, but it refers to small and medium-sized businesses with a common work ethic. So there were roughly 3.7 million companies in Germany in 2010, and more than 99% of them classed as belonging to the German Mittelstand. Roughly 95% of all German companies are family-owned, and of these, approximately 85% are managed by their owner. German Mittelstand companies tend to take a particularly long-term approach to business based on a stable client relationship, on continuous human resource policies, and on strong ties to the region. The Mittelstand employs about 78% of the German workforce and makes 53% of the Germany's GDP. There are 3.5 million Mittelstand companies in Germany, and 80% of these have fewer than 10 employees even. Strictly speaking, by definition, a Mittelstand company has fewer than 500 employees and a turnover of less than 50 million euros, but the term can also refer to slightly larger companies. Most of the Mittelstand companies are in manufacturing, and it's a unique thing in the European German-speaking countries. It's a unique thing in the German-speaking countries. Ludwig Erhard, the economics minister who crafted West Germany's post-World War economic miracle, once said that it is more an expression of the state of mind and a specific attitude. Mittelstand companies tend to be very export-oriented, and this is one reason why Austria, Switzerland, and Germany in particular have also had much stronger economies than most of other European nations during the Euro crisis years. The German economy is doing so well in comparison with many other countries that this causes people all around the world to take a particularly keen look at Germany and the German Mittelstand, with its long-standing records of high employment and productivity. But what makes German Mittelstand so successful? Well, many of these successful enterprises are characterized by features like independence, family ownership, and many are even managed by their owner. Their business policies tend to be especially long-term. So the German Mittelstand companies are some of the most innovative in Europe, and they invest a lot in research and development. The German Mittelstand companies rely on sound financing models, so they chiefly it is equity and bank loans. And this high equity ratio and a cautious approach to expansion enables the companies to undertake medium-term and long-term investments, even in times of crisis. The German Mittelstand is the backbone of the economy and especially strong in the industrial sector, electrical engineering, and for industrial products. So studies show that no other country has as many hidden champions as Germany. We have around 1,300 world market leaders from the German Mittelstand, who have successfully found niches for their products. And in contrast to other companies in major European countries, the German Mittelstand companies already enjoy also a relatively strong positioning on foreign markets, so that the German Mittelstand accounted for around 19% of the total exports by German companies. Also, the German Mittelstand is a leading generator of jobs, and this is also interesting for you. Approximately 15.5 million people are employed by the German Mittelstand. It pursues a continuous-based approach to employment, so even in times of crisis, and this is important, they can generate jobs. So whereas large German companies cut down jobs between 2008 and 11 by 2.4%, the German Mittelstand increased employment by 1.6%. So the German Mittelstand is a major factor in ensuring that youth unemployment in Germany is much lower than in many other European countries. The German Mittelstand employs 83.2% of the trainees, which are then the much sought after skilled workers of tomorrow. I told you about the secondary school, the Hauptschule, earlier on. So these kids after grade 9 go on to technical schools and learn a job. So they go and start a robust vocational training after high school, and then they go directly into job training, and from there to a Mittelstand company. And because of this, Germany's youth employment rate is much higher than in general Europe. Also, high degree of loyalty of many workers is a factor of the German Mittelstand. So workers stay in the companies for decades or even a lifetime and work in the same company. Mittelstand companies are also seeking long-term success and stability rather than quick profits. So this module has been so successful that other countries wanted to copy it or attempt to adapt it, but it's nearly impossible to duplicate because it's based, for example, on deeply rooted relationships between the vocational schools and the companies, and also trust between employers and employees, and it's rooted in the regions really. But still, it can be good for you, and you can have good job opportunities in Germany. So why would you like to come maybe to Germany? I told you before that we are the economic and technological powerhouse of Europe. You will have good career prospects here, as German degrees are highly respected and regarded by employers worldwide, not only in Germany. But of course, also in Germany, we have a demand for workers who have studied in Germany. And why is that? Well, Germany has a declining population, so we are in need of skilled workers and skilled students who can then work in Germany or in international companies worldwide. So you have a good chance on the international job market as well as in Germany itself, as Germany is also a very attractive country to work in, and you will have the possibility to stay on after your study graduation in Germany. Germany is also a very safe country, so this is also important to mention. And by the way, it's also a very diverse country. So we have nature, city centers. It's a travel hub, really. You have all the neighboring countries, and it's easy to get around in Europe. So if you think Germany is a good choice, maybe why would you choose Munich? Well, it is really the business hub in the center of Europe. We have more than 8,000 new technology corporations settled directly in the city of Munich. We have local and global players, which include General Electric, Microsoft, Amazon, EY, and many others. And we also have DAX-listed companies which are headquartered in Munich, like Allianz, BMW, Siemens, and so on. At this point, we have 1.5 million citizens in the city. In the metropolitan area, it is growing very fast. We have 6 million people here. So for your standards, it's still a small city. For German standards, as I've told you, the third largest city in Germany. And it's also Germany's most international city, by the way. So by the percentage, we do have the very international population here. But still, it's also a very safe city, and it is also a city with a very high quality of life. So in 2017, we scored number 4 worldwide for the best quality of life, which is, by the way, number 1 in Germany. So it's a very good place to come study and work. We have many expatriates and international students living here, more than 15,000 international students in the city of Munich. Then when it comes to working in Germany after your graduation from your studies, I've mentioned it before, you can stay in Germany if you wish to. International students who graduated from a German university or University of Applied Sciences have the right by law to stay back 18 months to find a suitable job in Germany. During that time, you have to apply for a residence permit, and you can already work during these 18 months. You can take up any kind of employment to support yourself and fund your job search. And once you get that job, which is relevant to the course of your studies as well, you can then apply for the EU Blue Card. This is related to a special income, so you have to have at least annual gross salary, which has to be met, but there are also some understaffed professions, and then it's a little bit below that. Normally, the EU Blue Card is issued for 4 years, and it can be extended, but it will depend on your work contract and also on the company where you work at. Also, we have a minimum wage in Germany. You can see it here on the slide. The work conditions and the average salary in Germany might be very much better than in other European countries. So you might not only look at the salary, but also at the other benefits, like the work-life balance, which you will enjoy with many holidays, which is a statutory minimum. Also, the working hours have a maximum per week. And then you also have all national holidays off in most professions. We do also have the average salary numbers here for IT skilled workers and engineers, as well as graduates from the business administration, for example, and then for managers and business administration. However, your income will depend strongly on the position, on your prior experience, on your specialization and the industry and the size of the company where you will work, and also the federal state where you will find a job. That will depend. And I would like to mention that the work experience really matters. So in Germany, Germans have their first short internship experience already during school. Most complete a 4-week internship, which is mandatory between grade 7 or 10. And especially then when studying, and when you will study here in Germany, it's also very much recommended that you do an internship and learn more about practice and about business in Germany, Germany's work culture. This will be very beneficial for you. So you take it as a learning step, the internship. Depending on, the application is similar to a normal job application. So it will be necessary to apply in advance, a minimum of 3 or 5 months in advance. You have to submit a current CV, an application letter, and you also have to mention that you're still an enrolled student, because it will make a difference in the tax that the company has to pay. So they welcome if you're still an enrolled student. Then also the two most common ways to find an internship are private connections and of course internet websites as well. But at Munich Business School, we also have this service for you. We have a career center. They can check your applications and CV. They can give you application training and career coaching. We do have an exclusive job database as well, with many contacts to national and international companies. And you can use all your networking opportunities, be it fellow students, especially for MBA students, your lecturers who do come from the industry, who still work in industry, and also MBS lecturers at the same time. And also you can take part in company events and recruiting events on campus. We do invite the companies to our campus who do workshops with the students, and later you can get together with snacks and drinks in an easy atmosphere. It's an excellent way to network on an informal basis. So I have a good advice. Please start networking early, especially for the students who seek to stay back after their graduation. Do get some work experience and do internships early on. Most of the internships will be paid, so it will probably not be enough to get rich or to support all your living costs, but at least it should partly cover your costs here in Munich. And then also to sum it all up, I would like to tell you about Munich Business School. This is again the building. We are settled in 3 floors in this building. I don't want to bore you with a lot of data, but we were founded in 1991, so we have been around for quite some time now in Germany, in Munich. We are a state-accredited school, which is very important if you look at private universities in Germany. So with this state accreditation, you also get all the rights, like the 18-month stay-back option, for example. All of our study programs are also FIBA accredited, which means that they have a good quality. So this is a quality seal as well. And right now we have around 650 students from 65 different nationalities. And why would that be important for you? Well, we think that as an international school and you study international business or international management, you should also get the exposure to many different nationalities, right? So you can ask yourself, how many different nationalities do you have in university with your classmates and fellow students right now? I think it's a very big advantage if you experience this diversity already in school and in university, because if you work later on in life, you become maybe a team leader. You will not be a team leader of a unique nationality team. Yeah, there will be many different people from different countries in your team probably, and you will have to manage them. And if you already find out during your studies, like how to handle people and that everybody is different, but everybody can be right at the same time because they have a different point of view, for example. This is a huge learning step that you will take already during your studies. So why Munich Business School? We have the experience of more than 25 years in the market. We offer only degree programs in the international business and management topics. So we are very specific and focusing. And also, we are one of the best business schools in Germany. So thanks to our high standards, we also achieve constantly good rankings in Germany, especially in the following categories like internationality, practical orientation, and personal assistance. And of course, we are located in Munich, in one of Europe's leading economic regions. That will be the ideal place to study and start your career. Right now, we do have the following study programs, but today I would like to go only into detail with the Master International Business and MBA International Management program. We do have all the programs from the bachelor level up to the Doctor of Business Administration level. So the Master International Business is a very interesting program, and here are the key facts. We have one program start in September only. The duration is 18 months for this normal degree. If you do have a bachelor degree in business, that is. If you don't, if you have an IT degree or engineering degree, for example, then the duration will be 21 months because you will need to do the pre-master program before you can start the master program. So you will already start mid-May. And then we also offer some dual degrees, which I will go into detail on the next slides. The normal structure of the study program is 2 semesters in Munich at Munich Business School, followed by 1 semester abroad. Everybody has to go abroad for 1 semester, and then you write 1 thesis and be done with the degree. The classes are a full-time study program, so expect about 30 weeks of classes from Monday through Friday. The language, you can study 100% in English in our English track. And then the students, they are very diverse, as I've mentioned before, from many different countries, and they are mainly fresh bachelor graduates, right? After the bachelor studies, they come to us and study in the Master of Arts program. We have around 90 to 100 students in one intake, and they are divided into 3 groups. So you will always have small class sizes, not bigger than 30 students. So this is very beneficial because you have easy access to the teacher, professor. If you have any questions, it's easy to speak up. Our lectures are very interactive. The lecturers come from the industry. We focus on many presentations, so you will have good presentation skills later on. You will do a lot of group works, projects, and we also, of course, have guest lectures and networking events for you to give you the opportunity to expand your network, to find a job more easily. And the degree is a Master of Arts in International Business degree, and optionally, you can do a dual degree as well. Then for the entry requirements, we require an above average bachelor degree from an accredited university. It can be from any field if you're willing to do the pre-master program, or it has to be business for a direct entry. We expect English language skills from everyone, and it has to be shown by doing a TOEFL or an IELTS. There is no work experience required and no GMAT required for this program. Below here on the slide on the bottom, you can see the pre-master program, and you will have these modules from mid-May to August, and then in September you will start the Master International Business in case that you do not have a business bachelor's background. So this is the curriculum, a 3-term program, 2 semesters in Munich followed by 1 semester abroad. You will have different business concentrations to choose from. For the first semester, everybody has to take marketing and finance, but you can choose 2 other concentrations, which could be interesting for you, like luxury management, digital business management, or entrepreneurship, for example. Then in the second semester, you narrow it down to only 2 out of the 4 that you like best. You also have an international focus. So you will learn in the first semester about business in Germany, Latin America, or China. You can choose. In the second semester, you can learn about business in Europe, US, and Canada, or emerging economies. And you can, but you don't have to learn the corresponding language, German, Spanish, or Chinese. So if somebody is thinking about staying back in Germany and working in Germany, probably makes most sense to sign up for the optional German class as well. Then we also have the business project, which is very special, which is a hands-on project with many companies. You will be assigned in small study groups of 4 or 5 students. And I can show you here the companies which we had on board the last intake, like EY, O2 Telefonica, for example, and also media companies and also hotels, for example. And then in the current intake, we also had companies like Tesla, BASF, EY, ISPO, and many more. So this is really a highlight for the students to work on the job with the help of the professor, of course. Some of them get the opportunity to present in front of the company officials as well at the end of the project. And then in the third term, you go abroad for 1 semester. We have more than 60 partner universities worldwide, and the overall objective is to get insights into a foreign culture, improve the academic skills, and extend the network. So in India, for example, we work with the MDI in Gurgaon and also with the IIM in Indore. But again, here on the map, you can see all the yellow and blue dots. We have partner universities spread over the globe, and you can decide where you want to study for 1 semester. So 1 semester is a must. We have partners as near as Innsbruck in France, for example, and Austria, or you can go abroad to US, Canada, Australia. So if you have very good grades and no exam failed or missed in the first 2 semesters, then you're also eligible to a dual degree, which comes at additional charges. By then, you will have a study time frame of 2 years instead of 1.5 years, and you will study 2 semesters at Munich Business School, followed by 2 semesters abroad. And here are the partner universities where we have dual degree arrangements with. So you can also gain an MSc or an MBA in addition to your Master of Arts from Munich Business School. So for the application, you will need the first degree. You will also need to have a good GPA. You will have to have a TOEFL or an IELTS, and also practical and international experience is a plus. We accept the application online only, so we will need your documents here. And the second step of the application will be a personal interview with the academic director. We have many application rounds and application deadlines. You can apply from now, and then you can apply. The latest for the pre-master would be February 1st next year, and the latest for the direct entry would be beginning of May next year for the September intake then. And I would like to go on with the MBA International Management Program. I start with the admission requirements, so you see the difference right away between the programs. Here we expect an above average degree from any field, so it can be IT, engineering, or business, or whatever else from an accredited university. You need a minimum of 2 years of professional work experience after your bachelor graduation, and you also need a competitive GMAT of minimum 600 or GRE score, or join our pre-MBA program. You will also have to bring 2 references from current or prior employment, and also a letter of motivation is important for the application. And you will also need an IELTS or TOEFL or ELS score as well. And then this will be followed, the written application, by a personal interview as well. Your study program starts in September every year. It's a 15-month program divided into 3 terms. It's 100% in English. It's an on-site program, but also you have classes on Saturday sometimes. And the reason why is that we would like to extend your network. This program is mainly booked by international students only, and in our MBA GM part-time program, they are mainly German or European students. So then you have the elective classes together with them, and you have more possibilities to network also, because those are working all the time here in Germany, and you can get a good connecting point to maybe a company here in Germany. Here you can see the schedule or the curriculum of the program. You will also have an international focus. You will have the elective classes that I've mentioned for semester 1 and 2. And then in the third term, you have choices, international immersion or practical immersion. So here you don't have to go abroad. The elective classes that you can choose for the fall term and spring term, you can see here. So it is meant to get a deeper understanding in a particular field, to give you a professional advantage. And then we also have the third term where you can go abroad for 1 semester, and you also have the choice of more than 60 partner universities. But from experience, we know that most students would like to stay in Germany. So in this program, the MBA IM program, you can also do the practical immersion instead. This is either option 1, an internship of minimum 10 weeks, or an international consulting project, which can also be interesting, followed by 1 international week. So you go abroad as a group to one of our partners, like in Italy, for example, or also in Hungary. So you will be there as a group, and you will have lectures on doing business in the region, in this country, and also many company visits and social activities as well. So the admission requirements I have shown you before. It can be an online application or paper application, followed by a personal interview if you have the requirements for the program. So I've mentioned that you need a GMAT or GRE for this program, or you can do the pre-MBA. Here I have a small slide about the pre-MBA. It's a 5-week short program. You can decide which modules you want to take. There are some mandatory modules and some optional modules. And then you will still need the 2 years of professional work experience. You still need the English proficiency test. You still need the bachelor's degree. But then the GMAT or GRE can be waived if you participate successfully in this pre-program. We are a private university of applied sciences, which means that you also have tuition fees here in our school. Here is the slide for the Master International Business as well as the MBA International Management tuition fees. We have the total tuition fee, which can be paid in semester installments. So this is the total fee that you can see here, and also the fee for the pre-programs. And I did a rough conversion into the Indian currency as well. We also have one-time fees like the enrollment fee, an international student fee, and an application fee. But we also offer some limited number of scholarships, partial scholarships to outstanding candidates. If you are interested in a scholarship, then please apply at the same time that you apply for the program. Hand in an extra letter stating why you think you're a good candidate for the scholarship. And then it can be a maximum of 20 to 25% off of the first 2 installments. So that would be all. You need to focus on some achievements, educational achievements, your personal background, social and voluntary engagement, for example, in the letter requesting the scholarship. And then I would like to finish the presentation with our services. So we do have the Career Center that can do application training and career coaching with you. We have an exclusive job platform and an alumni platform, which you can use to network, and also your lecturers, the guest speakers that we invite, and the companies that we invite to the campus for company events and career events. And of course, also social events like student initiatives and parties and events. So it's not all that serious, so you can also have fun and network at the same time. So you will receive an accredited master's or MBA degree from one of Germany's best business schools if you study with us. You will definitely benefit from Munich's and Germany's economic strength and have excellent job prospects in the future. Our alumni, just to show you real quick, that students decided to stay in Germany, for example, from the Master International Business Program. Here you can see one quote of one of our Indian alumni, Rahul, he came from India and studied with me in Munich Business School and graduated in 2013 already. He just got married here in Germany, so I guess he will be staying here, and he's really had a good experience and good career going on. And then also from our MBA program, just one sample also from India. You can also read this quote, and Kulbir, he's working at Adidas right now. So these also big companies here. Sometimes students ask, where are your graduates working? So I just made a very short list. So it's not all of the companies, but many of the companies. So you see here many different opportunities where students and graduates from our school have found employment. And I would like to show you some pictures of the facilities, the last two slides. So we have a student lounge on the ground floor, a lounge where you can study. We also have a library, and you have 24-hour access to the school, to the library, and to the whole first floor with your student ID card. So in case you only have a small room, you need to do some classwork and have a quiet time, you can also come to school during night if you wish to. You cannot sleep here, but you can study all the time and work hard. So then we also have a study center, a computer lab, of course, and also we have our EY lounge. In October 2017, we expanded the building to the second floor, and also have this EY lounge now for the students to hang out and to work. Sorry about that. So this is already the end of the presentation. The most important dates are the application dates, which are now between now and February or May next year, depending on the program. So it's strongly recommended to apply early because the visa process is quite time consuming. And this was already the end of the presentation now. If you have any questions, I'm still here and I'm willing to answer all of your questions, of course. So thank you very much for your time. Thank you for being here today and for listening to me. Sorry, I didn't get the question. Can you repeat it?
There for an
Can you please repeat the question?
GRE is required for MS program.
For the MBA program, students can either submit a GMAT or a GRE or join the pre-MBA program. So for the GRE, we don't have a set score, but we will make the conversion from the GMAT 600 to see if the GRE is good for the program. Well, you can also see my email address here, so you can take a note and write me an email later on if you're thinking about it now and maybe a question comes to your mind later on.